Welcome, everybody. This is the Taxidermy podcast, brought to you by hookandclaw.com. My name is Adam. I'm going to be your host. And basically, being the brand new podcast, this episode is just going to tell you a little bit about me, my background, and what we're going to do here on this podcast, or what we're going to try to do. But anyway, my background a little bit. I'm a 33-year-old father of two kids. 11-year-old girl and a little son that's 8 months old, and live here in North Carolina, so do a lot of hunting, a lot of fishing, and basically I got a daytime job, 9 to 5, like most guys, taxidermists, and I do this on the weekends and at night when I have time, and so by no means a professional, only been doing about 2.5 years, so I'm learning daily, and try to get advice from as many people as I can, and help me out. And so right now I'm just in the practicing stage, getting my art form better and better every time. And so by no means is this a professional only podcast, because basically we're all students. Whether you've been doing it for 1 year or 10 or 15, you're always learning something. And so hopefully here we can help each other, learn more about something you might not know about, and just have a good time. I know when I'm at work, my job's pretty mundane, so I listen to a lot of podcasts, and there's not one taxidermy podcast. And even if there's a short one, I'd listen to it at work just because, that's my hobby. That's what I like doing. So me and my buddy Adam, the web designer, he actually came up with it. So we're going to give it a try, man. We hope you have a good time. We think we will. And there's a lot of interest out there. And by the way, we got hookandclaw.com. Go over there and check us out. And we got doing a bass taxidermy series right now. Basically for somebody that hadn't done any taxidermy could follow our steps and mount your own bass. And just gives you the basic step by step. Having a real good time with it and getting a lot of interest in it too. So there's people out there, whether it's a grandpa's wanting to mount their grandson's fish, or a dad and the son wanting to spend time together and do it. And a lot of people have been checking our videos out. We're excited about it. And but as far as my enjoy of taxidermy, it started when I was probably about preteen, first fish or deer you kill, going to go get it mounted, and stepped into a shop near my house and seeing, deer, bear, turkey, fish on the wall. As a kid, it gets you excited, and or at least for me it did. So I always loved growing up through the years, even till I was an adult, going in taxidermy, whether dropping off something, picking up something. As a sportsman, it's one of your happiest days is getting to do something like that. And for me, luckily, I grew up with a real good guy, personal taxidermist, and he's just good heart, good guy, good Christian guy. And so it made it even more enjoyable because this dude was just so cool and does real good work. And I'm glad to have a bunch of it. But anyway, when I was green, I didn't really know how to what to do or what school around would actually teach it. But luckily, there's a taxidermy course at a community college about an hour away from where I live. And classes were every other Saturday. I think for about 6 or 7 hours. So we really got to do a lot of hands-on work during that time. And for me, that weekend course worked for me because there's not really that many schools out there full-time. And I would say if you can get an apprenticeship somewhere, look into it because they're really helpful too. And a lot of people who've done that. But basically, that's what got me into it, and it's taught me a lot of things. Patience. Taught me a lot of patience, and especially trying to paint a fish. But and it's taught me organization skills. As far as you got a bunch of tools, you gotta keep them organized and clean and all that. Keep my shop organized, and basically during this podcast we're gonna be talking about maybe any current events coming up or in the taxidermy world. Don't really confine to deer, fish, birds, or anything. Just anything would be pretty cool. And we're going to try to have a weekly taxidermy spotlight as far as local taxidermists, where we would have a call come in from a taxidermist and maybe give them a couple questions and kind of let them promote themselves and talk about what they're doing at the time being. And I think that'll be pretty fun. Anyway, the current situation I'm doing right now in my shop is it's right before Christmas, and got a bunch of fleshing to do. I think I got 15 deer to practice on, and it's a lot of fleshing, and kind of stressful at sometimes. I learned one thing: with a brand new blade on my fleshing machine, it will cut a hole so fast through the cape that you won't even know what happened. But anyway, I learned that the hard way, and think I did better with the dull blade. But that's my current situation right now at the shop. I just finished one up, a nice buck for my dad. Actually, for Christmas, he thinks I'm doing a European mount, but I'm actually did a shoulder mount on one of his big bucks from a couple years ago. Going to bring it up there to his house the day after Christmas, and hopefully surprise him. And turned out real good to be my 9th deer. Turned out real good. I think I did improve a little bit every deer I've improved, and which can be kind of frustrating because I'm trying to get these Bondo ears down, and real easy to make a mess with some Bondo, let me tell you that, boys. And one ear do fine. Go pour the Bondo in the next ear and make a big old freaking mess. And anyway, they're getting better, and like I said, that deer turned out good. I actually did a wall pedestal, and with a piece of driftwood come to the side, and I was kind of iffy about the driftwood, but looking at it right now, I'm staring at it, it's right above me, and really looks good. It's actually artificial driftwood from Mackenzie's, but for $50, it really sets this wall pedestal out, and looks real good. I'm super proud of it. Only thing is, we got to travel 4 hours with it in the back seat of a car. So I'm just going to have to wrap it up with pillows and stuff, and hope the deer does good all the way up there. But anyway, that's what I got going on for Christmas. I hope y'all are having a good Christmas holiday, and remember the reason for the season. It's Christ Jesus, and without Him, we wouldn't have anything. So just remember this time of year, the King was born, and there's only one way to have peace in life, and it's through the Prince of Peace, and He's my hero, and I wouldn't be doing what I do now if it wasn't for Him. So y'all remember Jesus, especially this time of year, and enjoy it with your family. And we're going to try to put out one podcast every week. I think that's our goal. So we got a lot to do to prepare for this next podcast. But I'm looking forward to it. And go over to our website, hookandclaw.com. Check it out. And I like bragging on my buddy Adam because this guy's a real good web designer and makes my, part content look really good. But he does his thing, and I really appreciate it. And anyway, go over there and if you like this podcast, rate it for us. Give us some stars so we can get on out there. We're on iTunes and Spotify and Stitcher. And